The other important lesson is that you can do anything, but not everything. Particularly for the young, I want to emphasize that. And you require a focus. You know, I learned about focus very early in my life. What happened was that having been born in very poor conditions, just to gather that 21 rupees to get an admission in a secondary school took my mother some 21 days, by which time the admissions to all good schools were closed. And finally, I went to a poor school, but that was a breakthrough because that poor school had rich teachers. One of them was my science teacher, Professor Bhave. And I remember he did not believe in walk and talk. He believed in learning by doing, learning by seeing, learning by experiencing, and so on. So I remember one day he took us out into the sun. He had a convex lens in his hand. He had a piece of paper. And he just moved it up and down, and there was the brightest spot. And then he said, this is the focal length. And then he held it for some time, and the paper burnt. And when the paper burned, for some reason he turned to me and he said, Mashelkar, like this, if you can focus your energies, you can achieve anything. Now that was a wow moment in my life because it did two things. The first, science is so fantastic, it's magical. It can burn papers just by holding a glass. I said, I'm going to become a scientist. But the next one was focus and you can achieve anything. But as I grew, I saw more meaning in it. And the meaning was convex lens is like this, and sun's rays are parallel. And what is the property of parallel lines? They never meet. What does convex lens do? It makes them meet. That gave me a leadership lesson. And the leadership lesson was that you have to build teams and they work together. We have to make 1 + 1 = 11. It helped me in National Chemical Laboratory where all the divisions were divided, brought them together. CSIR, 40 labs. No two labs talk to each other. And we got them all together. And in fact, the CSIR transformation, while I was DG, is now ranked among the top 10 greatest achievements of science and technology in the 20th century by India. So that was all possible by this particular lesson. I think for national leadership also that is what is required because race, religion, language, we don't meet. And we require leaders who will bring them all together, like our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas. I think that's what we need. We don't want concave lens leadership, which takes everybody sort of apart. That was the second lesson. So just to repeat, you can do anything, but not everything, so focus.